Hey guys, it is me, your usual humble host Sharky, and welcome to episode 4 of the Colossal Kaiju Fan Podcast. Today's episode is named Cold as Mice, and I dare say we've got a pretty cool episode ahead of us. Well, we're talking about two pretty chill kaiju, and we've had a very cool intro supplied by our good editor and recorder Mothman right before this episode, unless it doesn't get finished because of bad situations, in which case I'm just vamping and this sounds stupid, but deal with it. Joining me, as last time, is my good friend Bamboo Shoots. How are you today?
Hi guys, what's up?
And Bamboo, I dare say that what we've got here is pretty chill to discuss, don't we?
Oh yes,
I mean,
very
I
chill,
just know so much about this next kaiju we're gonna discuss.
very chill,
She's just
very.
so bloody cool, and I can't think of
Uh,
anything else. Those are like the three adjectives I knew. I really thought I knew more than that.
all the stuff that with her. And okay, we're stopping with the puns. We tried,
Really
we
tried,
attempted it.
guys. We're sorry. This
Maybe
it
in the
looked,
future
we had the
episode we
flow
could do
chart.
puns right.
It worked on paper. We wrote
It would
like
look good on paper, exactly.
it looked really good on paper, and then now we're here, and this is just like we
We
failed you.
also realized that we never wrote it on paper, so
Yeah, we wrote it with invisible ink. And then we just
okay
realized
then.
we wrote that on invisible paper also. So in the end, really, we're just a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, we are.
But to make a long story short, today we are discussing Tornak and Katyusha, pronouncing it correctly this time, because apparently last time when I called it Katyusha, you guys blew your minds and freaked out and were like, "It's pronounced Katyusha!"
I got a few death threats sent from my home for a birthday.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, and we were just like, "All right, chill. I'll pronounce it correctly next time."
Drive-bys.
Oh, don't even get me started about the mafia bits. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know so many people had connections.
So yeah, you guys, you're scary, but we will rest assured we will be pronouncing Katyusha's name correctly this time, not Katyusha. Maybe just
Kadiusha.
yeah, there we go.
Kadiusha.
Thank you for doing exactly what I was gonna suggest we do, Bamboo. But
So Tornak and Kadiusha.
yeah, that's who we're talking about today. You're just gonna have to listen to us talk and discuss why these kaijus are pretty cool. Yeah, I guess that's really we have for the intro, right? Anything else you want to add before we cut to Tornak, Bamboo?
No, she's a bear. I like bears.
All right, guys, let's break the ice. Now, before we start discussing Tornak, Bamboo, quickly let's have a little quiz, shall we? First question: what killed the dinosaurs?
A meteorite. Oh, you mean for the pun? The Ice Age.
What killed the Ice Age?
A meteorite.
All right, so that was so much work for one dumb pun. So today we're gonna talk about Tornak. So yeah,
Remember Tornak about this.
all right, that was actually really good. Not gonna lie.
Okay, so Tornak's basically a nature guardian spirit. A spirit guardian. You'll hear more about another spirit guardian way later in the series of podcasts. Like way later.
Ridiculous stuff.
That really brings all spirit guardians together. Tornak is a female spirit guardian who manifests herself as a giant polar bear. She is the most popular kaiju in Fall of Nemesis cast, winning the first round, first place, which was a surprise because everyone was expecting Macrosaurus to win.
But we'll get to him later.
We'll get to him later, yeah.
Next episode.
So Tornak has power over cold, ice, all that.
Well, shouldn't we go over a little over what her like design
she has bear
is?
powers, like being a bear, and bear agility, and bear teeth, and bear.
It's just unbearable.
It is unbearable. I mean, if you're going up against her, it's not ice. It's unbearable.
You know, bears are one of the few things Australians are scared of.
I know, it's not weird.
Think about it. If you're in the water with a shark, just get out of the water. If you're on land with a bloody lion, get into the water. But if you're with a bear can run. A bear can climb. A bear can swim. Against a bear, you're screwed, all right? I've played a lot of Skyrim, and I can tell you, you will not win against a bear in a fist.
Bears can swim through land.
Bears can
Okay.
reverse engineer jetpacks
I like how
out of
often I'm
toothpicks and
forgetting.
gum. All right, don't screw with a bear.
A
But
bear
yeah,
can control time and space. A bear can see into your soul. A bear can smell your fear. Bears are bears. Don't go with bears. Okay, enough about that.
so
Tornak.
Tornak is a giant polar bear, guys. In case you didn't realize, she's covered in these really cool looking like glyphs and stuff,
Runes and
runes
glyphs.
and glyphs, and they look really cool. I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason to them aside from the fact that they're symmetrical, but they look cool, so that's all that matters.
Yes.
Um, she got she's got these like ice spines going down her back, which I mean they look pretty cool. I don't mind them. They look
She
kind.
can change her. She can equip herself with ice armor. Form a giant icy,
Club,
pulverizey, punchy
club.
club. Ice club. That's the word. She can cover her claws in ice and slash her opponents with them.
She also has ice breath that shoots out in like a cone and stuff, so you can't hide behind
And
a building.
like all good bears, she can hibernate to
Oh
regain
yes,
health.
hibernation, very important. So
Which is
let's
ironic
take a
because she
moment
is winter.
to discuss first the energy system. So she's got a fury-based energy system, which means the more she fights, the more she regenerates her energy.
Yep.
I like that fury-based energy. I
It's
think that actually might
good.
be
It's
one
good
of
for a
my.
mother bear. Her personality is basically Mother Nature. She yeah, she's basically Mother
Not,
Nature.
not gonna lie, I think fury
She's
energy system
protective of
might
her.
be my favorite energy system of them all. I mean, I really do like also hunger, but we'll get to hunger later in the next episode. So I do love the fury energy system. Oh wait, no, there's one more I like over, but we'll get to that way later after we finish Fall Nemesis. Um, range combat, as we've said, she's capable of summoning these.
That's what we should call the next episode. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, thanks. Don't cut that out, Miles. But
I got it. I have it in my head.
just tell me later. Um, she can shoot, like we said before, the ice breath, which is pretty cool. She also, as you said before, freezes her arms and torso and stuff to make herself more damage. We'll get to into a bit, but it's careful to note that all of these things are fragile to shatter when she like drops on all fours, and when they shatter, everything goes into like a certain radius that damages everything nearby, which is pretty cool. It's gonna be a pain in the ass for whoever's fighting her, but I like it. I think it's a really cool idea. Also, let's talk about her hibernation, Bamboo. How does that work?
Oh, she she goes to sleep and covers herself in ice, and she regains energy and health. I believe was the thing that happens there. And when she awakes,
There's a giant
her icy
explosion.
prison explodes, causing a giant just fu to everything around her because she's a bear, and bears
That's
don't.
just how bears roll, all right? A bear will not screw around. You won't get Marshall planned by a bear. If a bear invades your country, you're screwed, all right? You've been conquered by bears, and bears are your new overlords. Deal with it.
I like this talk.
And
This
it
is
only
good
takes one
talk.
bear too.
Which one bear?
But yeah, grappling. She's really good at grappling.
All about that grappling.
Oh, she loves.
Bears are natural wrestlers.
They are. You
So in
know
the
that.
wild, you can often find,
You
if you
know
look
bears
close
are
enough,
the
you can find bear.
genesis of luchadors and MMA fighting. All of that was based off of one bear teaching humans how to fight correctly because they were just like, dude,
Yep.
what are you doing? This is how you fight. And then they taught us, and that's how we got, all that stuff.
Yeah. If you can still, if you go up to like, I know there's one up in Yosemite National Park. There's a bear boxing ring, and you can. It's built by bears, of course. It's totally. I mean, you might get mauled if you go near it.
Yeah, it comes with it's just the
So
price of.
bear hockey rings, and yeah, bears are cool.
Now let's move on to her melee combat and actually talk about stuff other than dumb bear things. In terms of melee combat, as you said before, she
I,
can form a club and cover her claws with ice and stuff. And this is really cool because it displays the two main melee damages in the game, which are impact and edged, right? Or is it blunt and edged? I forgot the name of the first one.
impact and edged.
Impact. All right. What happens is since she has a variety of attack animations that mix edged and impact damage, but when she makes blunt clubs on her hands, it greatly boosts her impact damage, but it also reduces her edge damage. So you have to use it carefully. And vice versa for when she makes claws. Her edge damage gets a huge boost, but her impact damage is now terrible. So you really have to know how to use them, and I love that because that's great strategy to put in a very simple way. It's just so cool. And the other thing she has is to make armor over her body, which increases her defense, but it also lowers her speed and such. So, and not to mention, obviously, all of these things shatter when she goes onto her four-legged stance, which I'm assuming she does when charging or something.
Yeah.
As I've stated
Remember,
before,
bears
this,
are faster than hedgehogs. That's a widely known. That's a not
yeah,
rarely
that's
known fact.
very, very true. But I'm gonna say this now, and I'm pretty sure I said this before. This wiki is absolutely terrible at describing the movement of these characters. And seriously, Sunstone, fix this because we need a section for like how they move and like how their movement works.
We do. I
How do you
offered.
switch between
I said, hey,
two-legged and four-legged stance? Like, is there a button you press? Is there like a bloody? Do you just like click in on a stick or something? Because this will be controlled with controls, by the way. We don't know. You know as much as I know, audience. All right. I don't know how you switch from two-legged to four-legged stance. I'm sorry. All right. Deal with it. But
yeah.
that said, we can move on to her weaknesses now. She's really slow when she's walking on only two legs, which is one of the few weaknesses of the bears. Is although they are amazing in almost every way possible, they're not that fast when they walk around on two legs.
When they get down on their 6 legs,
Oh,
they are faster than Sonic. I'm sorry.
it is true. Uh, her range attack is good, but it doesn't deal a lot of damage on its own. Which means that I don't know. I don't see Tornak players using her attack too much, aside from the fact that also it slows opponents. That's pretty cool. So I could see them using it for strategic purposes, but it's all a matter of like how long the slowing lasts. Like, okay, so say I'm playing Tornak and you're playing as Nemesis Bamboo, and I shoot
Okay.
you with my Ice Breath. The question I have is, will the slowing effect only take effect while I'm breathing at you, or once I'm done with shooting at you, you'll still be slow for
A
another
lingering
a
effect.
lingering effect? You know what I mean?
Not sure.
There's
I know Grimcarl's
there's
flow is lingering.
there's no evidence for or against this on the wiki, so I don't know. But I think either way, it's gonna force players to work strategically, which I do like. And also, her armor requires energy to form, but she needs melee combat to regain energy. So you kind of have to cycle those things. But
Not sound like she'd do well against an opponent that focuses primarily on range.
yeah, I don't think she would. She's pretty vulnerable to range, which what
A
it called?
bear's one natural weakness
Bullet.
is lasers.
Oh, lasers. Bullet
But
laser.
when you have a bear with lasers equipped, they're basically unstoppable. So, yeah.
All right, but I think that's about it we have to say for Tornak Bamboo. Is there anything else you want to say?
Cold pun, bear pun. There we go.
All right, so now we're talking about Kachusha, not, any other pronunciation, right, Bamboo?
KTU Sha.
So yeah, Katyusha. We are literally just saying that to get on your nerves, guys. But Kachusha, I won't do that because I'm the one who has to carry the weight in this one. That's just the way it works here, guys. But Kachusha, she's a giant jerboa mouse, which is a mouse that's native to the Mongolian desert not the Mongolian desert, the Gobi Desert. Thanks, geography. So yeah, they're native there, and the USSR was like, you know what? There's some kaiju's running around, and we're communists and stuff, so we should have a communist kaiju running around fighting the capitalist pig kaiju's that are running around at the same time. So let's take the least intimidating animal in the world and combine it with technology that could destroy the world, and see what happens. Which is generally like I've mathematically broken down every kaiju's backstory into base, whatever. It could be an animal, human, whatever. Base plus weird circumstances plus weird energy equals kaiju.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how every kaiju's backstory runs down.
Kaijujin.
Yeah, we'll get to them. So USSR is all like, all right, so take a Jumbo mouse, and we've got these robot thingies that we're gonna call the Scud, which stands for Sentient Combat Unit Device. Unit device is so redundant, but I don't care because Scud sounds cool. It sounds cool to me, alright?
Scud
Just stop bullying me.
ducks backwards.
It's it is ducks backwards, just without the K. Um, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, so the USSR gets Gerbo Mouse and the thing, and one of the hosts is Katyusha, who was then just an ordinary mouse. But the Scud found a way to overcome the energy limit that they get programmed with, which limits their creativity and their ability to think in terms of mind world conquest stuff. And it found a way to do this by manipulating the host, which is the mouse. That's its DNA to accelerate growth, and that allows more power for the Scud. So as such, Katusha escapes, becomes a giant Jerboa mouse, and now she's got a giant cannon on her back with robot pincer arms. They're all pinchy pinchy. Um, and then she escapes into the Gobi Desert, and by now the Scud's just plotting to take over the world. So, what are we gonna do tonight, Bamboo?
Same thing we do every night, Sharky.
Waste our lives talking about kaiju?
No. Try to. Oh my god, we're actually doing. Oh, I ruined it.
You screwed up. You really. That was. Kill
That
yourself.
was going wrong perfectly.
Kill yourself. Just kill yourself. All right. We're not gonna make that up. Leave that in there. So
Leave that in
Katusha,
there.
right? She's a ranged slash charging melee character. Melee combat, not very good, considering she is still a mouse. She may be a kaiju, but she has the brain of a mouse. So, her design's
She's
pretty
the
interesting.
Verminator.
She looks like a big jerboa with funky little teeth that look really cute and funny. And then she's just wearing like this robot backpack thing with arms
Jetpack
and
cannon.
and a jetpack slash cannon. Frankly, to me, she looks like something out of Jimmy Neutron, which isn't a bad thing at all. I
Yes,
really do like her.
Jimmy Neutron was awful.
Oh, I mean, I liked it. But oh yeah, she looks
Name
cool
was
and stuff.
Gatron.
So yeah, ranged and charged combat. Once again, movement. We need this as a section because I can't tell you how the charging combat works. I don't know. This is kind of vague.
It wasn't really developed by when these were made.
Yeah, fair enough, but I mean, still. But
Yeah,
yeah,
still.
melee wise, her strength is still very much mouse like. She can't really grapple anybody, so all she does is kind of escape grappling attempts. Um, and although she does have, sharp mechanical arms that are pretty fast and stuff, they're not very powerful. And not to mention, she doesn't have any good defense. So going into hand to hand combat is not a good idea with her. At least unless you're going to do like a hit and run type attack, which I could see working in her favor if you're able to get
But more importantly,
perfect.
that cannon.
Oh, yeah.
That
So
cannon
range combat,
will
that
destroy
can.
you from afar.
So obviously, when you've got this giant, physically impossible cannon that just looks plain inconvenient, obviously you're gonna use that. You don't build a BFG and then just not shoot it. All right. You're obviously she shoots it and blows stuff up
That's like an
everywhere.
RPG if you always save your potions for boss fights and then never use them. Oh wait, that always happens.
I know, right? Oh yeah. So her cannon also switches into a jetpack, which provides for extra maneuvering around the battlefield, which is really cool. I could totally see that being great when you jump. Like
She can do a double jump.
she can do a double jump. The only character in the game who can do a double
Physics are
jump.
her bitch.
Oh yeah, she's like screw you physics. She is the bloody Skyrim horse of CKC. Physics does not matter. Is completely irrelevant to her. So she'll double jump. This one character I'm trying to think. It's on the tip of my tongue, and that this reminds me of Fall of Cybertron. All right. So in Fall of Cybertron, I bring this up so much when we talk about CKC. One of the
Odd.
I imagine World War for Cybertron also has this, but I don't know. I haven't played that. In it, one thing you can do, obviously you can jump, but you also have this booster, like rocket booster thing. So one thing that I do a lot is I jump and then boost to like the side to get a good like angle at my opponent and dodge attacks and stuff. And I imagine that she's gonna be using this a lot. Like that just sounds like a great
Yep.
strategy for her.
And I will mention that her creator did make a little video of her origin. I think
Yes.
we should include that at the bottom in a link.
Yeah, we'll include that in the link in the description of this video. Um What
Just
was he
wanted
gonna?
to say that for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So does she have any other ranged attacks besides
Missiles.
just missiles and cannons? All right. Do the
That's all
missiles?
she needs.
Real quick question, because I don't know this, and I should because I'm the one who's maining Kaiusha for this discussion, not in the game. But do her missiles work like the Mecha Godzilla's missiles in Godzilla?
I
See,
would assume so.
where they like you shoot out like six missiles and they just track your opponent,
I
or
would assume so.
do they work like Mogira's missiles, in which you shoot like
Ooh.
two of them and they have a ridiculous amount of knockback?
I would hope for Mogiras. That sounds better for Katyusha, seeing how as she wants to be afar from her opponent.
That is true. Although maybe that's how her regular cannon works. I don't know.
Why not both?
Why not both? Let's just maybe it's like six tracking missiles that have ridiculous knockback or something. That
That's
sounds really overpowered.
it does.
Don't do that, Sunstone Games. That's stupid. Just don't even. Now we're gonna get to probably the most interesting thing about Katyusha, and which is her energy system, which is so she's like bioorganic, right? Since she's a mouse and a robot. But the thing is that her weapons are powered by her own physiology. So normally she's capable of producing enough energy to power it, but sometimes energy, it peaks and the skeleton just can't keep up with that. So when it does that, it has to draw emergency power from her body. And what that does is it really hurts her. So that causes, health damage to your character. Now, this is interesting because the only other character I've seen in the fighting game do this is Mecha King Ghidorah in Save the Earth, in which his special ability is that he can,
Sacrifice health for energy.
yeah, sacrifice health for energy and a full like load of ammo, I guess, for his tasers.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I don't. I'm pretty sure. I haven't played as Mecha King Ghidorah in a while, but if I recall, you do reload your ammo with the tasers when you do that. I don't know. Simon can probably confirm or deny that. He didn't
Yeah.
play that game after all, but that's actually it's an interesting idea, but I hope they don't do what MKG did where you give up all like literally like half of your health to get all your energy back. It's like a ridiculous amount. To the point that it was just unused for me. I never used it. It was not worth it. I'd rather just use his block, which was absorb energy whenever your opponent shot a beam at you as long as you had energy. Or it didn't absorb energy, it absorbed health. It replenished your health. So I mean, like, I don't know. That's not a very practical thing to do. With Katyusha, maybe it'll work better because she does look a lot more dependent on her ranged weapons than MKG ever was. Because he was still a melee powerhouse. So I don't know. This is the kind of thing that we have to wait till the game comes out to really make a decision about whether or not that's good or bad. A yay or a nay. But just keep that in mind, Sunstone, that I'm kind of iffy about that whole damage for energy thing. It needs to really work. So
All
anything
around, Katyusha is pretty nice. Pretty nice.
She is pretty nice. Yeah, I think that's all we have to say, right? All right, let's move on, shall we, and finish this up. All right, so now that we're done talking about the kaiju bamboo, normally this is where we just kind of vamp for a minute and have the conclusion, right?
Yep.
But not today, guys.
Oh
So
no. Plot
instead,
twist.
we are adding a new section to the podcast, which, if you're on the forums, you probably already know about this, which is Colossal Kaiju fan mail. And thankfully, some people on the forums on the thread have already posted very wonderful questions for us to answer. And I will be reading them, and Bamboo and I will answer with our own opinions. And
Yep.
then we'll vamp for a minute and end the podcast. So, Bamboo, first question. Where do you guys, this is from Spotted Alien, by the way. Where do
Yep.
you guys hope they'll take the story for the next installment? I'm assuming he means after Fall of Nemesis, whenever we make another game, whenever that is.
I would hope for a Rivals release starring Red and Solomon.
Um,
Like a
I think I know.
I don't know. I want co-op, single player co-op. That's what I hope for. I
Um,
think Red and Solomon are pretty popular to the point that they could get away with starring in their own release.
yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and add on to that. I do think Red and Solomon should be the focal point of the story of the next installment. For those of you who don't know, screw you. Red and Solomon are things, and look them up. Just kidding. I wouldn't be that mean most of the time. Look up Godzilla NES Creepypasta. If you're not familiar with that, you should be. And you're an idiot for not being familiar with that. Seriously, what's wrong with you? Why are you listening to us? Go read that. Go listen to the dramatic readings, actually. Don't read it. But yeah, I think they should be the focus of the next story. Rivals is an interesting idea, although I'm worried it might make it feel too themed. One of the things I love about Fall of Nemesis is that the cast
Here's the link in the description. Bam.
yeah, the cast is very
Oh, I'm printing
ragtag
out.
to
Crap.
me of Fall of Nemesis, which I like. It
Skype's not
feels like
kind to me.
Destroy All Monsters in to me, like in that the monsters are all
There we
like
go.
there's not too much connecting them. They're all just kind of there. The only thing connecting them is that they're all under one company. But yeah, that's what I say to that question, Spot Alien. Thank you for that wonderful question. Bamboo, you're not dead anymore, right? You're here still?
Yep, I'm here now.
All right, next question. Which characters will you, this is from JB Thrash. I need to remember to read their names first. JB Thrash writes, "What characters will you be maining from the Nemesis pack?"
For me, I'm thinking I'm gonna Tornak and Duncan.
All right, I'm going to be
Tornak
maining
for bear reasons, and Duncan for green reasons.
it's the
There we
best.
go.
What if they made actually, no, I'm not going to say
Their
that.
play styles appeal to me, to be serious, though.
Um, I've already said before I'm gonna main Nemesis. I've already just said that on the past episode. But I'm also probably gonna main Heart Eater a lot because when we get to her, you'll see why. I do like her a lot. As a matter of fact, I love her. Not like that because she's a fictional character, and not all of us can be happy. But that became very creepy very fast. I'm very sorry for that, guys. And maybe a bit of Mora Titan too, because I do kind of like where he's going. And his playstyle in some ways reminds me of King Ghidorah, who was my main in Save the Earth. So
Nice.
I may or may not do Mora Titan as well. And we have one more question. We're gonna try and do 3 questions per episode, guys. So our last question comes from professional Silly Goose forum member Schnerbinator, and his question is, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a bloody, slowly dying heart that I ripped from the festering corpse of my brother?
Tacos.
I'm going to say 42.
Tacos. Yeah, it's always 42.
It's always free.
You can't come up with an original random number. Has to be the meaning of everything. Huh? 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 Okay, I'm
Stop
done.
cyberbullying me. So, yeah, that was our episode and stuff, guys. I hope you enjoyed the 20 some minutes that of your life that you spent listening to us rant about kaiju. Because I know I did. I always love recording these things. Uh, Next episode, we discuss Macrosaurus and Duncan. We will not dare tell you the name of the next episode because it is just too damn amazing. You're just gonna have to wait till it comes out. And
It may
that's a
make you want to just stop listening right there, depending on what
yeah,
kind of person you are.
really. So yeah, this is the end of the Colossal Kaiju Fan Podcast. My name is Sharky.
I'm
He
Bamboo Shoots.
and I'm Sharky. And that's it.